on behalf of Yeshua HaMashiach, who is the promised Messiah of the Scriptures. He came to save his people. He came to save the lost sheep of Israel. Ladies and gentlemen, you have an opportunity tonight. You're not walking by accident. You're not hearing this by accident. Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, is the promised Messiah. Why did the Messiah truly have to come? It wasn't to come in military might to overthrow the nations of the world. No, he will do that on his second coming. He will come here and destroy all things on his first coming. Ladies and gentlemen, he had to come here because God, Yahweh, is a holy God. In Exodus chapter 34, he makes it clear that God is holy, that he dwells in unapproachable light. Only Moses and and he could not even come near and see God. God was being space had to be veiled. God is holy. But in Leviticus chapter 20, verses 26, it also says that God is just. It is righteous. And in his righteousness he will judge the sins of men. People from every tribe, tongue, and nation. There are no exceptions. God shows no favoritism. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a problem for all of us, because in the Psalms it says in chapter 14 that all of us have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. It says all of us have gone and become corrupt. There is no one righteous, no, not even one. Ladies and gentlemen, that is extremely bad news for you and I, because every breath that you're breathing, every breath that I'm breathing is one breath closer to the last breath that we will ever breathe. And the Bible says clearly that it's been appointed unto men to die once, and after this, they face, every single one of them faces the judgment. And there's nothing we can do to escape that. All of us are going to die, because the wages of sin is death. Solomon in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 2 says, "It is better for a man to go to a house of mourning than a house of feasting, because death is the destiny of every man, and the living should take heart." He's basically saying it's better to go to a funeral than to go into the city and have a good time, because going to a funeral makes it clear what our destiny is, what our future is. Every single one of us is headed to that place. So you can try to continue to suppress the truth, but my friends, truth is truth. The sun comes up in the east and sets in the west. That's true whether you want to believe it's true or not. These leaves, the grass, they're green. They're not blue. The sky is blue and not green. That's true whether you want to believe it's true or not. Every single one of us is going to die, and we have to deal with it. It doesn't matter if you drink bottled water. It doesn't matter if you eat healthy. It doesn't matter if you exercise. Every single one of us one day will die. Coming to this city, coming to these holy places, doing these rituals, those things are not going to matter on the day that you die. Why? Because God's standard is absolute holiness. That's the reality, because just in the same way it's true that all of us are going to die, it's also true that all of us are going to stand before the one that's giving us breath right now. The fact that you're even alive right now, the fact that you're running, you're walking, we're breathing, it's a gift of God. Our Creator is giving us breath right now. But there's going to come a day when He doesn't allow it anymore, and you breathe your last, and you stand before Him, and in that moment, you will be held to His standards. Not your standards, not my standards, not the standards of Israel, not the standards of Palestine, not the standard of any nation in the world that fluctuates like the wind. No, it's going to be God's standard of absolute holiness. And I understand we are supposedly in the place they call the Holy Land. But the true meaning of holiness means to be set apart or cut above. You see, Isaiah 53, which so many people try to avoid reading in this city, says that the Messiah will come and will come first to suffer, that He will be pierced for our transgressions. He won't just be pierced by men, but it says in that same chapter that it pleased God the Father to crush Him. You see, because Jesus came here and He lived as the Messiah, as Yeshua HaMashiach lived a perfect life. The Bible says that He was perfect without sin. That means, as you guys know, that He kept the law perfectly. He earned the blessings that Moses talked about in Deuteronomy chapter 28. The blessings of keeping the law perfectly, Yeshua HaMashiach earned. He is the only one who is the covenant keeper. He is the only one that is the law keeper. All of us are law breakers, both Jew and Gentile.